Bonjour! Welcome to Chateau de Ashba. We are here today at another Gluten-free Sisters cooking show. Courtney is visiting us this time.
We. I almost said si. Wrong country.
Wrong language. Today we are going to cook a classic French pastry, the eclair. Now, the only thing about French pastries is they can be very challenging to make gluten-free. The gluten is what makes them taste like they do. The crust, the flakiness, that buttery croissant flavor, all of that comes from gluten, the stretchiness of that protein. The process which we go through will make it fluffy, right? Oui. So now we have to explain why we're cooking from France today.
Our dad recently was remarried, and they actually had a French-themed reception. So our lovely Eiffel Towers are from the reception, and then they went to Paris for their honeymoon and came back and brought us these lovely aprons because they love our cooking show so much.
That's right. So to start with, we're here at the stove. We are going to boil our butter, sugar, water, and salt. Pour in our water, get that going, and add our stick of butter. And this is real butter, unsalted butter. And then add the salt and the sugar. So we're just going to let this cook down and bring it to a boil. Okay, now when it looks like this, we're at a boil. We're going to take it off, add some flour, and stir like heck for 2 minutes. Are you ready, Courtney?
I'm ready.
Flour in. Stir like crazy. Stir, 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 stir. Stir, 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 stir. For 2 minutes. It is very, very important that you use a gluten-free flour that sort of acts like a gluten-y flour. You want it to have xanthan inside of it, so we're using our domata.
Starting to look like dough.
Yeah. 1 minute to go. Go, Courtney, go. Go, Courtney, go.
Stir, stir, stir.
You can do it. You can do it.
My workout in for today.
Absolutely. Now we're going to beat on a medium speed for 1 minute.
So now we're going to add our oops, or our eggs. We are going to add them one at a time. So we have one. We're going to add two.
You want them to be fully incorporated before you add the next one. That's very important. Why is that important? It allows to build the stretchiness.
Okay. Now we have our third egg. So un, dos, trois. Oof.
Magnifique. Mademoiselle Courtney.
Merci.
Quatre. Oof. 4. Now watch. Looks kind of weird at first. And then as it slowly incorporates the egg, it starts to smooth out and becomes kind of sticky. We want the dough to be smooth and sticky.
We should look that up in French. Smooth and sticky?
Yeah.
Lisser.
Lisser?
Oh, lisse.
Lisse.
Lisse. It's smooth.
Lisse.
Sticky. Colon.
So, lisse and
Colon.
colon. Colon.
Yeah, please pardon our French.
I think we're ready. Okay. That looks smooth and sticky, don't you think?
Yeah. Definitely looks smooth. Very nice.
Okay. Clean up our dough hooks here.
It's not a dough hook.
Oh, it's not a dough hook, is it? Or a mixer. Let it chill for a few minutes to make it a little easier to work with.
B. Guess. Whoops.
dough's been chilling, we're going to put it in a pastry bag. If you don't happen to have a pastry bag, you can always use a Ziploc bag and just cut the corner off. But here at Chateau de Ashbaugh, my husband likes to do cake decorating. So we have a whole set of tips and bags and, I don't know, stuff.
So you can see she's just folding the top of the bag over her hand so it kind of just wraps around it like it's a claw, kind of. And then I'm going to scoop out our dough. I might have gotten a little too much. And put it as far as I can down into the bag. Okay, we don't want to fill it past where you've folded it. That's good. So now she's just going to unfold it. Stop, you're making a mess.
This is me.
Now that she has the bag completely filled, she twisted the top of it and has her one hand holding the top and then the other hand holding the bag, and that's where she's going to squeeze from, and she's holding the top so it doesn't squeeze out all over her.
You're making little S's. In,
out, back around, and then in. That way your ends are more rounded. So in, out, back, and in. Try to make them the same size as best as you can. They can bake evenly in our oven that has been preheated to 400 degrees.
You're just as good as I am. Okay, so our beautiful eclairs are all done. Thanks to cameraman Matt, who made some of them a little prettier than we did.
You can tell these were done by Matt.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Going to now put these in our oven.
For 10 minutes at 400 degrees.
And then after 10 minutes, we're going to reduce the heat to, what was it, 325? For about 30 to 40 minutes.
This says use 3 cups of milk, right?
Yes, it says 3 cups.
Just checking. Just checking.
Do you have a whisk? As Laura tries to find us a whisk, we're going to go ahead and start making the filling for our eclairs. And to start out, you basically just need a vanilla pudding mix.
Yep.
It comes in a box like this. And if you don't know how to make pudding from a box, you really should probably not making these eclairs.
Exactly. Now you could, if you wanted different flavorings, buy a different flavor of pudding mix. You could make pumpkin, cream filling on the inside, or chocolate, or any other variety of flavors you want. Just change the pudding mix.
Right. We're just using vanilla for today. So we're just going to make it just like the box tells us to. You pour in the mix. You add 3 cups of milk. And you whisk it for 2 minutes.
What's the next step in our pudding mix?
Let me think. Refrigerate for 5 minutes.
Oh.
Yes. This pudding is very tricky.
It is very tricky.
Very, very tricky.
Wait, get it right this time. Okay. Heavy whipping cream. Deep breath. How do those girls do that every night?
That's why they're fit. And we're not.
That's true. Alright, we're going to whip this into soft peas.
I'm getting our vanilla and our powdered sugar ready because as soon as it starts to form soft peaks, we're going to go ahead and add the 2.
Yep. I think we're there. Courtney, what do you think?
Yes, I think so. I'll go ahead and show you. You can kind of, whoops, there we go. You can kind of see right there in the middle, there's a soft peak that has been formed. So that means we're ready to add our vanilla. Let's go ahead and pour it in. And then we have some powdered sugar. It's delicious.
Can't go wrong with that.
Magnifique.
And we want to mix this in.
How long do we need to mix it, Laura?
Just till it's incorporated.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to fold in the pudding.
Oh, I'll grab that from the fridge.
Okay. That's not appropriate.
That's why I whispered it.
I think the French that most people know is not appropriate.
No.
Well, it's not a bad word. It's just You don't want to walk up to a Frenchman and say, voulez-vous, what is it?
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Because that means what?
Would you like to go to bed with me? Anyway!
Continuing on with our filling.
Filling, that's what we're doing. That's right.
So now, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We're going to fold in the pudding into our cream.
Okay. As you can see, it's
Pudding.
to our creamy mixture. And now we're going to fold. You need to be very careful when you fold. Bring the stuff that's at the bottom to the top very slowly, because we don't want to break the air bubbles. Alright, so it's incorporated. And what do we do with it next, Laura? Okay, so we have taken our eclairs, lost my head there for a minute, out of the oven, and we're letting them cool, and they are delicious. We already taste tested a couple of them because
Gosh, they're so good.
they're amazing. Très magnifique.
Absolutely.
And now Laura is working on making our chocolate topping for our eclairs. She had how much chocolate?
I used 2 ounces of chocolate to start with.
2 ounces of chocolate, and now we're just melting some butter into the chocolate to make our chocolate sauce.
Look at that beautiful chocolate. Okay.
Yummy.
We're going to let the chocolate dry for a few minutes.
Cool, maybe?
Yeah, probably a better word.
Okay.
Now it's ready to fill. So
Yes.
we're going to use our pastry bags. You can cut these in half and just spoon it on. We're doing it.
We're being brave.
That's
and
right.
trying to actually just shove it in there.
Uh-oh. See, that's why you're supposed to twist it off.
Laura didn't follow the rules. And now she's making a mess. This is awesome. Alright.
So as she's filling, I'm going to dip in the chocolate. And just turn it upside down and...
And as you can see, any extra filling that might have come out on the top is now covered with the chocolate.
Alright, so our beautiful eclairs are done. Oh, it looks so delicious. In true French fashion, we're going to enjoy our eclairs with a bottle of wine. Now, this is not French wine, this is good old Missouri wine, which if you don't know is actually quite a wine-producing state. This is from Carthage, Missouri, a little place called the White Rose Winery.
And as one of our favorite chefs would say, bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
That was Julie Child, by the way.
Bon appetit!
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh man. I'm impressed.
Me too.
It's not gritty. It's fluffy.
It is very fluffy.
It's very soft. Fabulous.
We did well.
Uh-huh.
Even the wine is good.
This whole tray is not going to last very long, I'm pretty sure.
Yours and mine. I'm hot now.